everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be my spoiler vlog for Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. I meant to read this last week and I didn't get a chance, and so now I am going to, I don't know, I like woke up this morning and I was like, I really want to film the spoiler vlog for Heartbones. I was like, I don't care what I'm in the middle of right now, I am just going to stop the reading vlog that I'm currently working on because I finished a book for it and I was about to pick up a second book for it. You know how I used to make a lot of the more aesthetic like daily vlogs? I know that you guys really love the daily vlogs, but I don't have any like readathons, I don't think, that are coming up that I'm going to be participating in. So I've been trying to make like some of my videos just like regular reading vlogs and then some of them a little bit more aesthetic. And so I think like with the spoiler vlogs, I like to kind of read that book in one day, and it's a lot easier to make a vlog interesting if it's just in one day. Like I can, you know, show you when I take Graham outside, you know, like all those types of things. Whereas when I'm doing my like secret TBR reading vlogs where I'm reading 3 books within like a week, I wouldn't be able to capture every single thing that I'm doing that week because the vlog is usually already like 30 minutes long with just me talking about the books. I just woke up being very creative. I was like, okay, let me grab my camera. We're gonna go ahead and vlog. So I'm gonna read Heartbones. Now, this I have heard, even though when I looked up on Goodreads, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, it wasn't recently, this was considered new adult. But some of my friends have already read this and they say it's actually young adult. So am I going to like it? I don't know. Like, but it's Colleen Hoover, so how could I not like it? You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, I don't know. Do you say this like Bea, I guess maybe? Bea comes from a life of poverty and neglect. Samson from a family of wealth. When the two find themselves spending the summer as neighbors, they soon realize money is one of the few things they don't have in common. Their bond is too intense to ignore, but with only the summer separating them from the start of their new lives on opposite ends of the country, Bea and Samson decide to stay in the shallow end of a summer fling. What they don't realize is that a rip current is coming and it's about to drag both their hearts out to sea. So one of the reasons why I love Colleen Hoover so much is because she's so good at writing emotional romances, and those are the romances that I love so much. Like I'm not like a hate to love type of girl, I'm not a very like smut type of girl, I'm not the banter type of girl. Like I am make me cry for the characters type of girl. I think I might have forgotten to preface that this is a spoiler vlog, so if you haven't read this book yet, I will be spoiling you on everything that happens because I update you guys on all my thoughts while I'm reading. But I will try and put the chapters that I'm at, so that way if you are reading along with me in this video, you can stop because you'll be like, oh, Jackie's at chapter 10, like let me make sure I get there first. But I think that's what I'll do, so that way it's easier for you guys to watch this if you are reading along with me. Anyway, that K-cup is the maple pecan K-cup from Starbucks. It's very good too. Okay, so we are going to ignore the fact that it is now 7:15 at night and this is my first update. It's not because I read the whole book. I actually just got to chapter 2. It's because before I started reading today, I had to edit like 2 videos and I did that, and then I had to do my meal planning and I did that, and then I had to do my grocery shopping, so I did that, and then I got stuck on my phone, and then I made dinner, and now I'm sitting and reading. So what a great vlog, you guys. So far, chapter 1 has been okay. I mean, I was like pretty shocked that Bea's mom died from a drug overdose. Like that is pretty crazy because of her being like a meth addict and stuff. And it's interesting, like what I'm reading about kind of reminds me almost like a crime thriller, you know, where it's like these poor people that are like white trash. So yeah, that's interesting because you usually don't really read about, or I don't read about that in like romance books. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm very curious what is going to happen because I guess Bea just bought well, she didn't buy, her dad bought her a ticket to come visit him. She doesn't really know her dad that well. So I'm interested if like, is that where the story is? Is she gonna like meet what's the guy, Samson or whatever? Is she gonna meet him in Houston where her dad lives, I guess, maybe? I don't know, but I'm gonna continue reading. Little, you know, I just like change these all the time. I like love these. There's so many of them. This one is like an outdoor like fireplace thing. I don't know. It just looks, it's just so cozy. I don't have any candles going yet, but I do have a glass of wine. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go into chapter 2, and then you got
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in
the very end of chapter 3. It's a little too convenient that Sarah, her like stepsister's boyfriend, is Marcus, who's the camera guy. I mean, okay, we'll go along with it. We'll go along with it. I am on page 92 and I'm about to start a forest sprint. I'm doing a 60-minute sprint so I can read this book without being distracted by my phone. So like what Forrest does, and I'm like doing it with friends. Like these are my friends that are gonna do it with me. But anyway, we grow this tree by not looking at our phone for that 60 minutes. And so you essentially have like a forest. But anyway, I am kind of struggling a bit in this book. So I just made it to chapter 12. And I mean, it's still not that great. But the last chapter, like the end of chapter 11, that was actually pretty funny. Like I actually kind of like Bea's dad. Like I know that, you know, he didn't take much interest in her whole life, but I think a lot of that is going to come down to like the mom lying all the time. I don't think that he actually like didn't want to have anything to do with Bea, but I guess he could have like tried harder, you know. But anyway, when Samson is like helping Bea with the jellyfish thing, and her dad like thinks that he's like doing something to her, like bad, obviously, like sexual assault or something, and he like comes and like punches Samson in the face, and she's like, no, like he's helping me like with this jellyfish thing. But anyway, I thought that was really good. I really liked that scene. Thanks for interrupting with your itch there, Graham. Thanks for you know, just taking over the show. And now you're going back to bed like normal. But anyway, I thought that like scene was really good so far. That's about it. That's like the only scene I like. So that's not cool.
In the world, I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me, take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot. No mistake ever kept me late. We spent summers catching fireflies and winters on our skates.
Good morning. So, I did not get to finish the Colleen Hoover book. I have it with me right here. I didn't get to finish this last night. Obviously. I mean, yeah, so after I got a bath, I decided I wanted to watch Dancing with the Stars because Carol Baskin was on there. And yeah, that was very interesting, I guess. And now it's 9 o'clock in the morning and I need to go pick up my grocery pickup order from Kroger, which is what we're gonna do. So now we just wait for our groceries to show up in our trunk. Okay, so that was super fast. I literally read like 2 sentences, so good job, Kroger. Let's go home, everybody. And then now I have time to get ready for the podcast. It's only 9:10. Yay!
Might be a bit of paper left under the pool of coffee. Try to remember what I wrote, and you just laugh. We better have a talk, think it might last until it's dark.
Okay, the next one I have is The Grown Up by Jillian Flynn. I never know how to say her name, but it's fine. This one is actually a short story. I think it's only like 69 pages or 96 pages.
Now I'll make each day count. I didn't love.
Good morning, guys. This is obviously like a long time from my previous footage that you've seen, but I'm trying to read some of Heartbones before I go to work. I've been reading for about 20 minutes maybe. I also have my like Roomba vacuum thingy going in case you hear that in the background. That's what that is. I am on page 173, and I wanted to point out something. When that one friend of Samson's comes up and he calls him Sean, and then Bea is kind of like saying in her head, like she's like, oh, you know, I didn't know that his name was Sean. And then when they ask him, like he said, oh yeah, that's my name, Sean Samson. And so they've been calling him by his like middle name, but they thought that was his first name. And she even says, she's so used to calling him Samson, I'm not sure I can call him Sean. And that's actually something that is the same with my husband. So my husband's actual name is Alvin Ryan Wheeler, and pretty much his whole entire life until I think part of high school and then college, he went by his middle name Ryan, because I guess his dad, so his grandfather's name was Alvin and his dad wanted to name him Alvin, but his mom wanted to name him Ryan. So his dad had like quickly written the birth certificate, I think, and his mom then like refused to call him Alvin his whole life. And so people that like he grew up with all call him Ryan, but then when I met him, I didn't meet him until he was in college, so I only know him as Alvin, like as his first name. And so it's like so weird, because when we see like his mom or even like people from like his childhood, like maybe moms of his friends and, you know, like people in school and stuff, they all call him Ryan, which is like, it's so awkward and like weird for me, because like, we'll all be in the same room and they're calling him Ryan and I'm calling him Alvin. It's so weird, you guys, like I don't know. And so yeah, I just like that whole thing, I was like yeah, I would not be able to call somebody a name that I didn't know them by, like from the beginning. It just does not work for me. Okay, page 185. This is such a pet peeve of mine. Like I hate when characters in books and even in real life, when they act as if like, okay, Bea and Samson are kind of getting into a relationship, I guess. I have to be like all mysterious and like, oh, I can't tell you like what actually happened in my life. Like I can't tell you my actual story. And so she's trying to ask him like, what's the worst thing he's ever done? And he's like, I can't tell you. And she was like, well, was it an assault of any kind? And he's like, no, nothing like that. And she's like kind of relieved. And then he says, I'll tell you the day before you leave for college. And she said, if you're eventually going to tell me, why can't you just tell me right now? He said, because I want to spend the rest of the summer with you, and if I tell you, I don't think you'll want that. No, you tell her, you be honest about everything, because that's why so many relationships, like I would be so mad if I got in a relationship with somebody and they didn't tell me like who they actually are as a person. I want to know everything up front. And I met and married my husband within 6 months, and the very night I met him, I literally told him everything about myself and what I wanted in life, what I expected, like all of that kind of stuff. So there were no surprises. Like before you get feelings involved, there are no surprises. So like, I hate when books do this so much. What the heck, you're telling me? Sorry, I literally am about to start chapter 18, except I have to go to work, but in chapter 17, you're telling me that you uncovered bones to a skeleton and you're not gonna tell the police and you're gonna touch them and put them in the ocean because you think it's what's best for that person that's dead. Hello and welcome to another day, even though I'm sitting in the exact same spot. So yesterday I had read up until like my last clip, and then I had to go to work for a little bit, and then after work we actually went to go see a house that we are hoping to buy because we just decided like a week ago that we want to move back to where we like both work, because both my husband and I, we drive an hour each way to work. So that's like 2 hours of our day that is just driving that wouldn't have to be. And a house went up on the market that's in like a really good neighborhood that we really wanted to be in. And it's next to like some of our friends and stuff. And so we went to go look at it yesterday. And I'll see if I can include a little bit of footage for you guys so you can kind of like see what it looks like. But I love it. The open concept is amazing. The kitchen is amazing. I love like the closet and the huge bathroom and the master. And yeah, so we are deciding to put our house up for sale this coming Monday, which is going to be so exciting, and hopefully it sells and hopefully we get to buy that house. We're going to try and have them build a garage to it if possible. So yeah, there's going to be like exciting things in the future if this all goes to plan, which hopefully it does. But now this is the next day, because after that we like hung out with some friends and stuff. But now this is the morning of the next day, and I do have to work later this afternoon, so I'm trying to finish up this book. But I got to chapter 25, and this book is just like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I don't like anything in this book. Samson just got arrested for apparently breaking and entering into houses, and then he also had like auto theft and like literally just so many things. Like he had like a parole officer and was on probation and all this kind of stuff. And then we find out, I guess, that technically his father is the one that had died in the hurricane, so those were his bones that like he found the other day, which I still don't agree with how he tampered with them. And yeah, like Bea's father is like, we want a restraining order against him, you're not allowed to see him again, all this kind of stuff. And Bea's like, no, like just because he did all that stuff, like he's still a nice person and like all of that. And I'm sorry, but like if Bea was my daughter, I would be doing the exact same thing as her dad. Like, no, you're not gonna hang out with a guy like that. Like, he's 20 years old. He could definitely not be breaking into houses and not stealing things. I'm sorry, but there is no excuse for that, in my opinion. And so, yeah, this book just makes me, like, angry, I guess. I just don't like the story at all. So I really want to finish these last couple pages and get this over with. Okay, so I finished Heartbones, and we're gonna give it 1 star. Is this for real? Is this real life right now? I'm giving a Colleen Hoover book a 1 star. If I was not making this video, this spoiler vlog, I would have DNF'd it and never picked it back up and never even cared that I didn't pick it back up. I did not like anything about this book. Like, this book was just not for me, not written for me at all. Like, I didn't or couldn't relate to anything. I didn't like Bea as a main character. I didn't like Samson as a character. The people I liked the most were actually Bea's father, and I did really like Sarah. But other than that, like, they only had very small parts within the whole book. And then I don't like the storyline of the book in general, like being on the beach in the summer, you know, that type of thing. I don't know. It's not that, like, I love the beach and we always go to the beach for our like weekly vacation, but just like, I guess it's just because I couldn't relate. Like, I couldn't relate to her mom being a drug addict and then her not wanting to have a relationship with her father, which at the end it turned out that like he was there for her in the beginning. Because I mean, I kind of have a dad that's like that, where I lived with my mom my whole life, but I would like once or twice a year go visit my dad, and I never took that out on him or thought like, oh, he doesn't want to see me or he's not involved. Like, it was just because we lived in a different area, and you know, I lived with my mom and grew up with my siblings there, and then would go visit my dad. So I guess it's just that like Bea's personality is totally different from my own personality. So she would like get mad at things, or I really hate the lying factor in the whole book, like the secrets and the lying. I can't stand when characters do that in books. Like, that is such a big pet peeve to me. I don't like how her and Samson were like, oh, well, I can't tell you about that until like August 2nd. No, like, that is not good to start a relationship like that. I totally fully believe in communication all the time at all levels. And so I don't know, I just did not like this book at all. I'm so glad to be done with it. I'm so glad to be done with this reading vlog. But you guys need to let me know like down in the comments what you guys thought, because from everything I've seen so far, every single person has like liked this book. I haven't seen very many people give 5 stars, but I have seen a lot of people giving 4 stars to this book. So I don't know if I'm just like over here with my unpopular opinion like normal, but do not like this book. Would not recommend anybody reading this book. And yeah, so I'm going to unhaul this one. Yep, sorry Colleen Hoover. Please, I really just want Colleen Hoover to write more books about adults that are like married. Like, I want that so badly. I love that so much. So, all right, I'm going to finish editing this vlog so that way I can get it up hopefully before I even go to work and you guys can see it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though I did not like this book. But I'll see you guys very soon in another video. Bye, everyone.
There might be a bit of paper left under the pool of coffee. Try to remember what I wrote, and you just laugh.